Well, hi there, it's Ina here, and yes, I'm back, and I hope you didn't miss me too much. I took a whole month off from posting, and it was a busy month, and I will get into that a bit more in one of my next videos. But for today, I want to show you what my contribution is to the Bits and Pieces August challenge. Now, as you can see, I will be working on a very sturdy wood substrate. I also glued together a couple of pieces of paper to the right size so I can make a little sketch, and I will be going for a mountain scene, of course inspired by the Colorado mountains right here in my neighborhood. Now, this challenge was, as you remember, fibers. That means we could use any type of fabric or lace or ribbons, anything that was fiber related, including things one can find in a sewing kit. So I already received so many wonderful entries, but more about that later on. For now, please enjoy watching me put my piece together. Here you can see that I'm using some what am I using? Gel medium, right? And I like it when I work with fabric because it doesn't come through. It stays moldable for a little while. So if I need to lift my fabric again, it will work. But otherwise, it glues it down very well. So here you can see that I use some fabric which has this nice shaving cream print on it, but it came in just two small pieces. So to cover up the seam, I cut out a circular shape from another piece of fabric. I also made sure to fold over the edges so I get nice clean corners. And now I'm picking some other fabrics I have. Most of them will be shades of purple, but I also add some very colorful pieces, so in between. And of course, I start with the pieces of mountains, which are the furthest away first. Here I am just marking them so I know which way they go. So I have to be pretty exact for the corners, but then of course on the bottom it needs to be bigger so the next mountains can overlap. So this is a very repetitive process here. I will show you a few of my mountains and then I will go ahead. So I will talk to you in just a wee bit. So far, so good. Everything is glued down, including those tiny buttons. But now I want to add a little something black to the sky just to pull it all together. And I opted for this flying bird stamp. It's a new stamp. I never used it before. I did mark out some of the birds as I didn't want quite that many. But even though I used black archival ink, the print was just not very clear and very crisp. I think it's because of the fabric. So I had to go in with my Sharpie to fix it up, but that worked out just fine. So let's take a look at the finished piece here. As you can see, the birds came out all right and are circling above my mountains. I like the texture I made with the burlap and the ribbon and all those tiny buttons. It breaks things up a little bit and gives it all more dimension. Now I made sure to take the fabric all around the edges, and you can see it in a moment. That way the mountains continued. Of course, I had to be aware of that when I cut my pieces. I made sure I have nice clean corners. I also added a piece of fabric to the back to clean it all up, as well as a hanger. So the piece is completely done. And even though I didn't do as much detailing or added as much mediums as I often do, neither did I use all the materials that would have been available to me. I made sure I had plenty more than 8 pieces, and I think the fabric speaks for itself and gave this whole piece some character. But now on to all of your wonderful creations. I absolutely loved working with these fibers, and it looks like you had a lot of fun too, because all of your entries are so amazing. You all did an outstanding job, and I'm so proud to put them here in my video for a lineup coming up in just a moment. Thanks also to all of you who made a video. Those links will be below in my description box. So please enjoy all the photos, have a look at the videos, and join me again for my October challenge. I see you really soon again, and bye bye for now.